Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports. It's a pleasure it is to have you live at Josh for, well, one of the best tracks you're going to see out there. I do believe it is old Atlanta, hot Atlanta, however you want to call it. It is not the Super Speedway version. It is the throwback race here for the Iracing series. Tonight, drivers getting ready to hook up and, you take on this challenging track. This track is a ton of fun to drive. It is a ton of fun to be on no matter what you're driving. And one of the longest running tracks on iRacing for the Iracing platform, of course, iracing.com. And sign up today. I'm good to see everybody out there. Good to see everybody cheering on the drivers. I encourage you to do so. Utilize that chat wisely and make sure that you enjoy yourselves, of course, and always. Thank you to Dan for the follow and the tier 1 sub out there on Twitch. Much love to you. I appreciate you. I like seeing folks get on and take care of us while we're offline or off stream or gaming or doing whatever we got to be doing. So it's going to be a ton of fun tonight. It is old Atlanta Motor Speedway. The 1.5 mile length quad oval is ready to go. It is unique. It is bumpy. It is everything you could ever ask for in a racetrack. It is going to be just as much fun. 95 degrees on the track temperature qualifying, 80 degrees on the air temperature, 74% humidity, overcast skies. It is all about the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ton of fun. It is throwback weekend for these drivers as well. Happy 4th of July, early 4th of July to everybody out there. We'd like to see everybody put in the time, energy, and effort to put in throwback paint schemes. I enjoy it. That's the way it is. How about it? RB Turner is going to be your pulse hitter tonight as the audio starting grid looks as such. Scroton Bohr, which we'll talk about in just a moment, is going to be there in row number 2. Josh Barr, he's going to be starting outside in that 2 spot. Josh Barr and Andrew Davis going to make up row number 2. Jeremy Daniel and Zukic are going to be there row number 3. Ment and Crow are going to be there row number 4. James Beard and Chris Cornett going to be there row number 5. Zach Thompson and Colby Peterson will be there row number 6. Down that starting grid, row 7, Jordan Laley Watson. Row 8 will be Christian Beauclair and Michael Daniels. Good to see everybody out there again. Thank you to everybody. A little AA Gaming new logo for Andrew, the 2 Andrews out there, putting up some gaming love. Thank you to Gambadil as well for being out there and helping these drivers get a little bit more exposure. How about it? Andrew, right there in that number 40 car. Well, he is... He's got a whole lot to hold on to tonight. One, he's going to be in the outside pole position, but also Andrew is he won a little competition over the week, and he got voted the best throwback paint scheme out there. So the 1529 I-rated driver is going to be looking at an opportunity here to set himself up for a win. Highest he's ever finished is 3rd in the series. His 3 top 5s in the 9 starts. His average finish is 8th. So that looks to be good. He's 4 points off of 5th, which is Justin Zukic, and 31 points off the leader, which is your current pulse hitter, RB Turner. He is 6th in the point standings currently right now. Speaking of points, I got him loaded up. I came prepared. There it is, RB Turner. I know that this is the iRacing point stats. RB Turner, 294 over the 287 of Andrew Davis. Chris Cornett, your top 3 in points for James Beard and Zukic. They're going to be your top 5. Scroton Bohr, Josh Barr, Zach Thompson, Jeremy Daniel, Lee Watson, your top 10 in points as it would be through week 10 or getting into week 10. This is the 10th race of the season. These drivers are going to be ready to try to do a little bit more when it comes to trying to chip into that lead that RB has at the O2. Little paint homage for the Loud Pedal Asylum driver. One of my favorite paint schemes you get to see in the throwback series. Of course, Andrew up here, the 40, has a good one. You're going to see a lot of throwback here tonight in the Next Gen Cup cars here for the drivers. Oh, hold on to it, Andrew. Don't blink for me. We're going to go 80 laps here at the Quad Oval. It's going to be loud. It'll be insane. Turner turns, gets free, caution back real quick, and that was not the graceful start that you want. Andrew's going to be the race leader here, as that was gunning it. The cold track and tires are everything. Let's go back. We're going to take a look, and we're going to go to the far chase view. What do we do? Andrew Davis right here. Through the gears. Oh, yeah. 0-2 just got free up into the 33. Unique visit there. We'll go back to the 0-2 of RB Turner here. A blistering lap. Just gets free. Gets into the 2, the 0-2, the 5, the 28, the 4, the 22. The 8 goes all the way off track, and a whole lot of drivers having to avoid that one. That happens. Start of the race, they do have a fast repair, so they're going to be able to utilize that and get things taken care of. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. How about we look at what was happening here with David Ament? Oh, just trying to break. David, oh, he almost missed it. David almost got through that. Then Jeremy Daniel was up in front of him. We'll look at the restart here from Jeremy Daniels' point of view. Laid back a little bit. Let's break. And got kicked around sideways here. That's Lee Watson. Good job to Lee Watson. All right. Andrew's going to be your race leader here, as the timing and scoring is going to be a little messed up because you got to wait for the pace car. So Andrew will have Josh Barr behind him. Justin Zukic will be there as well. So Scroton Bohr trying not to get that penalty, that dreaded penalty whenever the caution comes out before the start-finish line. Those things do happen. They happen quite frequently on iRacing because of the timing and scoring. Sees what drivers make it out ahead of everybody, and that has a tendency to play out there. That's the first time I've seen that from this league, and they do a pretty darn good job here. All right, drivers coming out. Some drivers going to see if they're going to be able to make just small repairs to their cars. They're going to be able to get a fast repair in. RB is going to be coming around. He's got some nose damage, of course. And then Andrew Davis on pit road is going to be rolling forward. See himself. They should all still be on the lead lap. There shouldn't be any issue with that. So, yeah, there's the 40 as we complete the first few laps under caution here. We're seeing everything work. AR Audio, part of the platform over here for the AMP Racing League. It is the NASCAR style racing league. 40 is going to be looking at where the lights are going to be on the pace car. Andrew getting the old victory on the paint scheme. We'll see him get this. See if he's going to be able to get the victory here on the racetrack, as it would be first caution of the race. Comes out at the green flag. Those things do happen. They happen. I see them happen all the time at officials. So they'll have to check everything up. Be lights off on the pace car. We'll see a few of the drivers have to play catch up. Jeremy Daniels going to be back on pit road as well. Getting some things taken care of. So right now, the 40 will get ready to lead them around. I wonder if iRacing, because it's old Atlanta, has the shortened pit stops, because it looks like it does. They are only completing lap 3. It'll be 4 underway when we go back to green. So we'll see. Here we go. We're going. We're green. 4th 80. 40 out front. Josh Barr is going to be in second up on the highest side. Zukic is going to be in third. Beard's going to be right behind. As the National Guard 28 rules the bottom side. Drop to the inside. Jeremy Daniel coming on pit road. Will be a lap down. We'll give up the race line to a few of the drivers, as he's just been working on keeping the car, getting the car fixed. So that Exxon 5 coming back to pit road here. It looked like he was going to come back to pit road. He's going to reassume the drive here, so he'll be fine. Half-second difference here from the 40 to 35. It's going to be a fast 80 laps here. These cars are going to be able to run 33 to 34-second laps. We'll see the 32s, no doubt, when they get up to speed. But there's the 88 of Chris Cornett. He just ran the fastest lap of the race, 33.66. Scroton Bohr is going to be going to be out front by 0.8 of a second. Tires are everything at this racetrack. It is a racetrack that eats the tires. it likes to showcase just how much of a pain in the tuchus it can be. 31-38 as they go on board Josh Barr. And I forgot to set up the video ninja for the drivers. We're going to get that set up as we go as well. I want to make sure that we have all of our drivers in because, well, let's face it, my dogs had to go use the restroom. I want to make sure that they're good to go. And, I had myself an issue. We will get them all in. David Ament to the bottom side. We're seeing the double line of Lee Watson up on the high side. This track is kind of multi-groove, but you tend to wear the tires a little bit more on the front straightaway than are out of the quad over area, out of Ford, especially for them a little bit higher. This is a very bumpy track, just like what you see in the NASCAR Cup Series. Even though they made it a super speedway, it's still a very, very, very bumpy track, and even with all of that, it becomes a pain in the the things that it becomes a pain in. But it's a great racetrack. It provides a little bit of not only tire wear, but it provides a little bit of extra incentive to have these drivers push the corner as much as they can, push in the throttle as much as they can. So these things only change when they want. So here's your driver cams for tonight's race. A little VR action happening early. There's Mr. Davis, who is standing over the field here, trying to work on what he has got going on. He's going to be trying to play catch up in that XI33. Still a little left front damage on that car. I thought they had a fast repair. I might have been wrong on that one, so I do apologize if I am. Much love to the drivers as they continue to push. 10 of 80. Good to see some of the limited fuel show up today as well. That's one of the things that I like about this racetrack is that sometimes drivers who get in and have that limited fuel range, they have a tendency to push in and shorten the race up for themselves. So fantastic run so far as these drivers go to work. Much love to the driver cams. Thank you to Beef Jerky Unlimited for being a part of Signature Esports and doing what they do. Scrodenborg is going to have an 0.8 of a second, almost 3/4 of a second lead here. So he utilizes the line just above, about a half a lane up on the front straightaway. And right now, Barr is able to hook up on the bottom sides, making it work. Kobe Peterson getting some shout-outs out there. He's in the 94. He is rolling. I think he is going to have to be on that long-run race pace. RB Turner off 12 from the start of the race, still dealing with a little bit of nose damage as it would work as they push and they go and they do what they can. Atlanta showed up today to be the spiciest of Atlantas. There's William Crow off 3 from the start of the race. Is Chris Cornett's the driver he is trying to track down to the Western Auto. Big moments for everybody. As we're 13 of 80. The fuel has been limited to 75% on the field. They do have 3 tire changes. I wanted to look at. They do have 1 fast repair to be able to use. Sometimes using it early is never the thing that you want to do, but that's exactly what you're seeing. A couple of the drivers having to keep it clean, keep it clear. Little outside lane here for a couple of drivers here just ahead. Zach Thompson and James Beard. Beard on the inside. Look down the straightaway. The 4 of Zach Thompson to the outside as the 28 rolls back in. Side draft for the 4. He gets back into the throttle. Still some nose damage. It's going to make that car turn really well. But the straightaways are going to hurt it because of the downforce. You see the 28 start to pull away right there. That nose, you need a round splitter. That splitter, if it's got any separation in it, will help you turn, but it won't do very good unless you're in the draft. right now. Oh, 4 a little free. Thompson off the bottom side. Beauclair in tow as well. Here is the 32 and the 22. David Event Jr. working up 9 spots. Is the 32. He's going to be your biggest mover of the race. RB trying to work back forward the 02. Rodenboer is going to be out front. Barr's going to be in tow, though, as Joshua Barr looks to the inside. 40 to the outside. Mustang leading to Toyota. First Chevy's going to be James Beard, the 28. As Nation's Guard on that 28 looking pretty darn nasty. Looks nice. Jasper Engines on the 4. Little homage to the legendary Tony Stewart with the Home Depot Ford Mustang here as Beauclair works and David Bent in a Ford as well. Ford's taking up the top of the field. Chevy's from 8th on back. Jeremy Daniel coming down. He went to pit road on 15, it looks like. Or that's what it said he did. I don't know if he blinked or what he had. But Michael Daniels trying to have a better night. He's got a little homage to Kevin Harvick there on the 29. Like to see it. Try to get one of those laps back here. He is 2 laps down. 40 out front of the 35. 35 in tow. He's going to have a big run. Can he get to the outside? Multi-groove race line here as the 35 gets to the back bumper. The Midnight Magic. Joshua Barr's Mac tonight. That was whatever. I remember that paint scheme, whenever they started having late night menus. And if you remember, whatever they started going 24, open it up 24 hours a day. A lot of them don't do that anymore. Battle here for the 22 and the 32. 22 gets around the 32. It's going to be up 8 spots now. So 32 drops back 1. Jordan Lane in tow. There's the 88 of Chris Cornett. He is working the highest side of the racetrack. Folks, tell me what your favorite paint scheme is. Joshua Barr to the bottom side is going to take over the lead. And there is the 40 back to second where he started. Zukic is going to be in that 2. He still has a whole lot of nose damage. Still fast as fluff. But he's there. And I'm digging the paint schemes. I really am. I do like the old MGD from back of the Rusty Wallace days. You got to like that. Speaking of Rusty Wallace, I got a whole bunch of Rusty Wallace stuff I need to get rid of. Let's go, Budgie Bird. Much love, Budgie. Much love to everybody out there. I hope everybody is having a good night. Colby Peterson, 16 seconds off the race pace right now. Andrew Davis ahead of him. Davis had an opportunity early on, but now with that nose damage, he's just looking a little bit back. And right now, Turner 14-2 back from Joshua Barr, who is your race leader. 21 of 80, 75% fuel is going to put him in about halfway. He's going to see at least one green flag pit stop out of this when it comes to what they've got going on. Beauclair having a few off tracks just a little while ago. Going to get passed by the 88 of Chris Cornett. Cornett moving forward right now. The 32 looking a little bit free. We're seeing some of the tire wear shake up. 32 into the mid lane down to the bottom side. R1763 on the iRating is going to see the 1529 most popular paint of the driver out there in P2. And Zukic trying to close back down 2.5 back as he looks at Beard behind. Beard, again, first Chevy in the field, sits in 4th up 5 spots. 23 of 80. Rolling green. All right. Take a look through the field, see what drivers are doing. Your biggest mover of the race, the 32, a little free off corner exit. He's got a few drivers behind him. There's Jordan Lane in tow. He's about to lose that title. Thompson in the 4. Could be positive 6 spots gained. James Beard, 6 spots gained as well. And right now, the 32 having to hold on to that car. Jordan Lane in tow. 32 still battling with a very free race car here. He goes off track there. There's a little bit happening on that car. Right now, 0.6 of a second difference between the 35 and the 40. James Beard's going to be in that 3rd spot. He's 3.7 back as he tries to continue to clear. And a big look at what these drivers continue to do. They dress to impress. And a fantastic race line. Thank you to everybody tuning in out there. If you haven't done so, reach up, hit that like button for me. It goes a long way to support the stream and support what we do here. As we always do the best that we can to make sure that we continue to provide some of the best coverage of not just Iracing, but everything gaming out there. And that's what we try to be. We try to be everything gaming, and we appreciate it. That's what we were just talking about. Where's the... Excuse me? Joshua Barr for 1.4 second deficit is pulling away now from the 40. 40 out there. James Beard in 3rd. Zukic is going to be in 4th. Thompson's going to be in 5th. There's a good battle right here between Thompson. You're going to see the 22 in tow right here. Let nose damage settling in here for David Ament. David Ament in tow, the 4. Right off the corner. Battle here everywhere. Little battles happening all over the racetrack. Josh Barr's pulled away. You see the 29 up there. Actually, that's the 29 on the paint scheme. I don't have a 29 on the relative. I do believe that might be Michael Daniels. Or the 29 on the paint scheme. And 3 on the relative there for you. He's going to be 2 laps down. He's going to be there to the outside of Barr. 4.5 second gap here for the 28. Zukic is going to be in 4th. Closing in, Jeremy Daniel coming to pit road here. Going to be leaving as we would be. Maybe an opportunity here. And the 2, Zukic closing in. He's got James Beard right there. Zukic is up 2 from the start of the race again. James Beard moving forward. 5 seconds to gap. This is where that long run race pace kind of working for the 2 behind. Zach Thompson, positive 6 spots gained again. The 22 there. There's Zukic. Good battle here for Thompson. As the top 5 all within a blanket. Sorry, from 3rd to basically 7th here. Chris Cornett looking ahead as well. A little free off corner. Heard the tire squeal there for Chris Cornett. As we'll see the 4 still trying to hold on. James Beard coming to pit road. So first of the takers for tires and fuel. 32 might be the max for what these drivers can go. Again, 75% fuel in the cars here. Some of the drivers going to be trying to make it to the full 40. And that'll take a lot of saving here. 32.96 for the 40. That was his last time by. Joshua Barr going to be up 2 spots as they continue to push. 2.8 second deficit here for the 40. As he said, top 3. Said 2 top 3s and 3 top 5s in the series. Through 9 races. This is the 10th race of the season. David Ament Jr. is going to be up 3 as they work. S1. Is that Slade? Is that supposed to be Slade Gaming? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Much love to you. I appreciate you as always. Appreciate everybody. How about the 2 and the 88 side by side? Zukic losing a little bit of ground here as Chris Cornett. Little wall tap up on the high side. We'll try to wall ride here out of turn 4. will have the crossover. He's going to be clear of the 2. And we'll see David Event in the 22 up 3. Thompson's going to be up 8 spots. The nose damage helping him turn into the corner. May not even be affecting the car near as much as what I would think because he is on the move. And so Thompson doing a great job of trying to manage the gap and manage the pace. 4 seconds the gap now for the 40. 40 coming to pit road. Joshua Barr will lead. As a 7-second gap to he and Thompson. Thompson, again, looking for the extra advantage here, trying to push a little bit more. David Ament Jr. right behind, so the closest battle right there. You see 4 drivers within a second of each other, but a 1.5 second gap, if I'm doing my math a little bit more correctly there, 1.6 as it would be. So Zukic is going to be trying to... I'm seeing the nose damage just on a couple of cars. It's really not being all that bad. So, hey, I like it. 88 to back to the inside of the 22. Battle for third here for these drivers. As we'll see a lot of drivers come off pit road. There's the 40 coming off pit road as the green flag pit stop is back under. We'll see what he's going to be able to do here. Joshua Barr coming around the front straightaway. Has a lap to James Beard and Scrodenboer. Beard coming off pit road, just lap 31, 34 for the 40, lap 30 for Beauclair. Daniels giving on 13. He's a natural lap down currently right now. Danielle in the number 5, 3 laps down. Barr still out front, 7.5. How about the battle for second? Chris Cornett gets around the outside of the 4. It's made that pass out of 1 and 2 onto the back straightaway. Still pushing forward. Ooh, little blank for Chris Cornett. Switch off to the 4. 4 is going to come to pit road. David Ament Jr. coming to the bottom side. I wonder what Thompson's line is going to be like here as they change, because we're seeing some of the drivers on these older tires. They're running all the way into the corner, and you see the 88 running on the high side here. Barr's going to go all the way to 40. We look at when you can make it on fuel. 40 to 45 laps is not unimaginable. So we'll see if all these drivers can make it all the way to the end. On a full tank at a 1.5 mile track, you're going to see 55 to 62 laps out of drivers. So if you take a quarter of that away, you're going to see quite a few laps taken out of that. 17 and 18 laps away from the cycle. Some of the drivers try to do a little bit more. Chris Cornett's going to be your race leader. David Event's going to be a quarter second back. The 22 has been doing a pretty phenomenal job of maintaining and managing where he needs to be. The DWA Ford Mustang runs second lane here. Jordan Lane's going to be in third, up 10 spots. Lee Watson of the double lot from the Exalta paint scheme going to be there as well. 9 to the outside. Jordan Lane, battle for third. Colby Peterson running in 5th of RB Turner. Up a lot of spots here. RB, your pole sitter. Spun the tires on the start of the race. Still running with some nose damage. It's gained a little bit of ground. Turner, the last driver on the lead lap. James Beard running some blistering laps right now. Fall off for the drivers about 2 seconds. Pretty close to it. 1.8 seconds for Chris Cornett, your race leader. And some of the other drivers running 33.5, so about close to the same as far as their fastest lap. 31.75, the best lap for Lee Watson. Last time by ran a 33.58. Chris Cornett, David Ament coming to pit road. We'll see the drivers get down to speed. Jordan Lane coming around 3 and 4 is going to be up on the high side. We'll see the 4 in tow on the bottom side. So Jordan Lane's going to be credited with the lap lead. Lee Watson takes over second. Colby Peterson will be third. And this is where you'll see how long you can run the cycle, because most of the drivers are going to be trying to split this thing halfway. Some of the drivers are going to be just a little bit early on their pit stops. Christian Beauclair in the 32. Came in, wanted to get himself a little bit more out of that car. Fighting a free car for darn sure. See the 94 to the outside. That's going to be Colby Peterson. He is in third as the EC Delco Chevy Camaro works it. Chevy's inside the top five. It's going to be four of them. And then you see Andrew taking back over the lead here over Josh Barr. Barr closing in early. Jordan Lane up 12. Lee Watson up 12. Going to need a lot of time on pit road. You see the 22 getting his lap back here. David Ament to the bottom side. 9 double lights going to be there in 1-2. You see the 0-2 coming to pit road. There's the 2 in tow. So RB Turner coming to pit road. We'll have to see what's going on that second time to pit road. That was after that first incident. So we'll see if he's going to be able to continue to dress to impress. As Turner's going to be 3 laps down currently. Jordan Lane to the bottom. I'm sorry, not Jordan Lane to the bottom. That's going to be Zukic to the bottom. There's the double zero to the bottom as well. Chris Cornett works. Lee Watson to the lead. As Jordan Lane backs off the corner, Lee Watson takes over. Colby Peterson, top 3 have yet to come to pit road, except for Jordan Lane. Jordan Lane came in on that lap 1 incident to get the car worked on to make sure he was good to go. So the 9 still pushing in. And we'll come to pit road this time by. Imagine that imaginary hand sticking out the window. That's what he's going to be doing. Lee Watson out front to lead. Colby Peterson in the second. Again, the longer they stay out, the more these drivers are playing catch up. But how much time are they going to have to be able to play devil's advocate over the long haul? Joshua Barr, it's going to be in that 5 spot. Give it on 38. Scrutenborg give it on 34. It's a little bit older tire, about 4 lap older tires than Joshua Barr here in the 35. Jordan Lane in pit road's going to cycle out, and it's going to be coming around and might be very close to seeing a lap, going a lap down here. But as it would cycle out in front of the drivers who are on the lead lap. So there's James Beard. 14.8 second difference here between he and Lee Watson. Colby Peterson still running 31.7. Barr 31.49 last time by. Fastest lap of the race belongs to, well, I think it might be a tie. This is 31.26 for Josh Barr and Justin Sukic at 31.26 as well. We'll have to throw it up and see what's going on. The best time for the drivers right there. Yeah, 31.26 is split the difference between Barr and Sukic. We'll have to see at the end of the race what the total time is going to be. Always appreciate it. Lee Watson coming around. Going to come to pit road. And Colby Peterson will take over the lead and get credit for a lap led himself. Colby running the full stint, full fuel cycle, and we'll have 30 laps to be able to do something with it. As James Beard starts to close in, 11 seconds the gap. Right now, 1.2 second difference between James Beard and Joshua Barr. Green flag pit cycles in the mix. William Crow, last driver on the lead lap currently, as the 0-2 of RB Turner goes around. Michael Daniels is going to be in that 3 car, still a lap down. We'll see Andrew Davis to the inside. Good battle here as Davis comes out with just a little bit fresher tire. Michael Daniels still needs to come to pit road. Give it on 13. Maybe just trying to find a spot, but 29 is going to need a whole lot of help. James Beard to Joshua Barr. Battle for second and what will be the lead once Colby Peterson comes to pit road, which he did. A little right front damage on the 94. He's going to be able to get that taken care of. James Beard to cycle it around. Will be credited for the lap lead here as well. So Barr's going to be a quarter second back. Battle for the lead between 2 as they would go. Beard, Barr, Scrutenborg, The 40. Having another top 3 night. This is David Ament Jr. Holds on to that extra 10 seconds. Gave it on 41. Chris Cornett in on 41 as well. The 22 and the 88 duked it out earlier. And now we'll have this race to try to be figured out here. We're going to be 28 laps to go this time by. Bar in tow of no one. Takes over the lead. James Beard back to second. Half-second difference as the 40 tries to close back into that second spot. Closing in just a little bit here to James Beard. This is the battle box bottom side of your screen there. 1.8 second difference. 1.85 as Beard extends just a little bit. 40 able to get deeper into the corner here. Goes from the high side down to the bottom. This is a good line for that driver. And levels out, straightens out, does a great job. Chris Cornett, though, between he and the 22, but an 0.8 of a second difference here as the 88 has some significant right front damage that he didn't have before. Was able to run the high side for the longest time. And as the car has started to press forward, he's going to have a little bit of a difference here. 22 able to extend, holds himself very much inside that top 5 for the time being. Zukic is going to be on the roll as well as Justin tries to close in. Now has a little bit faster lap time. Chris Cornett's lap time has dropped off significantly. Last time by was off half a second. He gets a little blink there as we selected him. So the 2 work in the corner as it would be. Beauclair in the 32 up 8 spots in the Home Depot car. Back inside the top 10. And Chris Cornett to have a little bit of connection issue there. Joshua Barr, 2 1/4. And gaining. James Beard dropping off. Has 7 lap older tires than Josh Barr. And the 40 closing in. Right there on board the nose cam as James Beard just ahead. And Beard's tires starting to work. AA Gaming's going to give you 25 laps to go. AA Gaming. It's going to have a channel that we're going to be able to talk about here very soon. And that will be courtesy of Andrew Davis and Andrew Scrotenboer as they work. '40 in third. Zukic. Work in the corner. And all the drivers having a good race. Josh Barr behind him. Whoa, little free. Little wiggle out of that rear end. I heard it. 28 and the 40. Battle for second. Quarter second the difference. Chris Cornett and the 2 have started to level their times out as well. RB Turner in the 02 makes it back up to 14th here. It's not having the day that he qualified for. Sometimes those kinds of days happen. That's for darn sure. Battle back here side by side as Beard and the 40 go at it. 28-40. Bottom side for the 40. 28's going to be up into the wall. A little bit of the wall scrape. 40's going to be able to clear. And that'll be second taken over by the 40. A little bit of patience goes a long way. He has 4.8 seconds, 4.9 to Josh Barr. Just manage the gap between now and then and make sure that he's got enough to save there towards the end of this race. There is Lee Watson behind. Lee Watson came in on 49. Has a little bit older tire, or has a little bit newer tire than the drivers ahead of him. About 11 lap newer tires. And should be able to get one of his laps back here. Watson's going to be 4 laps down, with a couple of laps down when he came to pit road. I do believe had a 30. He sat on pit road 30 seconds longer than he needed to. RB did the same thing. So I don't know if they had penalties. I don't have that telemetry up. It is what it is. Barr, gotta hold on. And the 40, 0.8 of a second difference. James Beard might be trying to cycle his way back down. You calm the tires down, try to go back at it again, but we're seeing him come to pit road now. With David Ament Jr. 20 laps to go. We'll take over third. Beard coming to pit road. Chris Cornett will go to fourth. And Zukic will go to fifth. And this will be a battle of the fastest laps of the race that you can run. As fuel might be only be a splash. Might be all that you need. Double zero making the pass. Beard getting his pit stop taken care of. He's going to get tires, and he's going to be just off the lead lap, but a lap and a half off the cycle here. But he's going to have to put himself on the rails to be able to make it toward the end. That's for darn sure. Andrew Davis might have just been a little bit short on fuel, and that might be what made that decision for him. As we watch drivers go 49 laps, that's about the end of the cycle. You can see about 17 laps the difference when it comes to some of the time that you're going to get out of it. But 75% fuel in these cars, one, makes them lighter, but two, also takes a big chunk of mileage away from the cars. 35, 40, 22 is going to be your top three. Cornett's going to be in fourth. Then the 2, the 32, 15, 9, 33, 9 drivers on the lead lap. Last being Andrew Davis. William Crow in the 15. Well, Bass Pro look there for that driver. Up one spot. Be just kind of put himself in the positive mindset. Colby Peterson to the 94, getting around Michael Daniels here. Michael Daniels slow on the bottom side. It came out on 13. Is running this thing out the cycle, has to lock up the tires to make sure he does not get that penalty. So Colby Peterson will be trying to work his way forward. Came in on 50. James Beard last in on 60. And we'll be able to run basically 17 very fast laps here. Try to get back on the lead lap and try to pass as many drivers as he can. We'll be able to try to get to Colby Peterson, who came in on lap 50. And a 47 lap cycle for him. He came in early when that first incident happened. 50. Colby Peterson came to pit road and ran a 50 lap cycle. Beard just ran his fastest lap of the race, 31:35. As we'll see, Josh Barr still extend 32:33. The 40 ran a 32:66. And has a 1.5 second difference between the 22 and the 40 with 15 laps to go. Highest this season that the 40's finished has been third, and he wants to better that. And right now, just try to maintain the gap between he and the 22. Cornett with that right front damage has lost a ton of ground to the battle he had going on with the 22. Zukic is closing him in just a little bit here. The gap is about a second between the two drivers. .1 181 miles an hour getting into the corner. These cars have slowed way up. 32.87 his last lap. Half second slower than the 22, who's just carrying about 7 lap fresher tires. That's pretty much the way it is. So we'll see the 40 and the 22. Gap on the bottom right hand of your screen. As the 22 gets into the corner, you're seeing a whole lot happen out of the corner. A little free there, but he's fine. He's fine. That allows Andrew to skirt away just a little bit as it would work. Last driver on the lead lap's going to be Andrew Davis. There's 12 laps to go. We'll see Colby Peterson again came on a lap 50. Has a 12 lap fresher tire. He's third place in front of him. He's going to be trying to unlap himself from some of these drivers. And right behind, you'll see the gearbox cam right here. Oh, 22 into the wall. A little right front damage for him as well. Not near as bad as what you see on the 88. So 94 working his way forward. Chris Cornett, a little blank there. Sukic with still that nose damage that you saw before, helping this car in the long haul. Sukic has been pretty consistent throughout the race, been pretty consistent throughout the maintenance of this. How about Michael Daniels? Runs the fastest lap of the race. Pulls a 31.25 out of him. Says, I got this. So he gets out there and runs a blistering lap here as the rubber's laid down, 10 laps to go. Still a lap to he and Jeremy Daniel. So he'll be trying to work on that. Jeremy Daniel in 1 and 2. He'll be able to unlap himself here very soon from with just those newer tires. Came in on 62. I ran that thing like, and that was a fast lap. So Daniels is going to be 2 laps down. Again, Peterson looking ahead is going to be looking for Colby. Colby Peterson's going to be looking for that lap back. He has enough time to do it. 31.33. James Beard just ran his fastest lap of the race. Get a little faster each lap. Barr here to maintain. How about the 22? Battle for second as the 40 goes back to third. Just having to back off the corner. Matching his best finish. This will be the third. If he finishes here, it'll be the third time he's finished here with 8 laps to go. Just needs to work it. Barr out front. Chris Cornett fourth of the 2. Now 1.3 back, has the 0-2 of RB to his back bumper. RB came in on 41. Got the long strategy here. I do believe might have had a penalty there. Every one of these drivers making it work. Andrew Davis, again, last driver on the lead lap, 27.8 seconds back. That's a good 5-second gap between he and the race leader right now. And shouldn't have to stress about it when it comes to the interval. We'll see. Front straightaway for the 33. Just losing a little bit of ground, but has the 00 of Lee Watson in front of him. It'll work the high side here, 6 laps to go. Joshua Barr doing a phenomenal job tonight as David Ament is going to be right. I mean, he's close to having the having a good having that good bottom peak right there. The 40 is Andrew's been keeping it close. Still trying to close in that 0.8 of a second gap now as David has gotten around. Thompson coming up pit road as the 4 car locks in. Through the field, we got to make sure we're always hitting on these drivers, and we appreciate every one of them. Jeremy Daniel is in 12th off 7 from the start of the race. Colby Peterson is going to be the second car a lap down. James Beard just went a lap down himself, or is still a lap down. Forgive me on that one. Beauclair got himself back on the lead lap. The 32 is up 6 spots. See, tries to track down Andrew Davis, who's a half second ahead of him. Andrew Davis in 8th. Give it a little bit more ground here. 28.5 seconds. Davis trying to make some last few lap passes. You see Lee Watson to the inside of the 9 here. And Davis trying to close it in with 4 laps to go. Dirty arrow across the nose of the 9. Andrew Davis trying to close in the battle. 22. 9.8 second gap. Joshua Barr, strongest driver all night. Been able to make the passes, get himself up inside that lead and never look back throughout the green flag run here. The 40's done a great job of maintaining. Started outside pole and is matching right where we have seen him finish a couple of times this season. As the 88 goes to as sticks in 4th. We'll see if Andrew Davis can pick one of these spots off with 2 laps to go. Eau Claire in a 32. 29.5 back. Joshua Barr in tow. Can manage and maintain. Wants to see it out of 3 and 4. Davis to Lane, still 3/4 of a second. But at Atlanta Week 10, Joshua Barr takes the white flag as the AMP Racing League has done a phenomenal job. Lap 1 incident, it happened. I think that calmed everybody down and changed some things around and made it work. And I tell you what, a green flag run here for the 16 drivers in tonight's field has been absolutely astounding to see it work. Joshua Barr, 35, comes home out of 3 and 4. He's going to win here decisively at Atlanta. Made this track his own. The Toyota comes home in victory lane. The 22 will come around 3 and 4. Should hold on to second pretty well. And the 40 will come home third. Chris Cornett will be fourth. And Zukic will come home fifth. So that is how it goes. This is the way it is. Phenomenal race as the drivers come around. We'll celebrate with the 35 as he burns it down here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll nix this one out and call it one of the best racetracks you're going to see thus far as the 35 settles in for the burnout. Here's your race results. As this one ran quick. They did. They ran this one. This was a fast race. It was a very fast race. Barr comes home in victory lane. The 22 and the 40, second and third, as they had a good battle. But the 22, a little bit newer tire, able to take advantage of that. Phenomenal job for both drivers knocking it out of the park. Cornett battled that right side damage. Good battle with the 22. He might have had a top 3 car if he didn't get that right front damage. Had a fast car on the high side all night. It's usually where it happens, though. You usually run the high side and you can nick that front, that right front pretty easily, especially when you get out of 4 and you get on the front straightaway. Sometimes we have a tendency to do it. I have a tendency to do it in turn 1, so things do happen. The 2 comes home in 5th. Crow finishes 6th. Lane, Davis, and Christian finish on the lead lap. James Beard will be 10th, first driver off the lead lap. Colby Peterson, up 1 spot is going to be at 11th. Michael Daniels will finish 12th. RB, Lee Watson, Jeremy Daniel, and Zach Thompson will be the drivers that round that one out. As Barr does a phenomenal job. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight and watched this race. It was a good time. It really was a good time. So we can always appreciate drivers truly giving us all that extra. The extra hard craft, that's what we want to see out of it, right? That's kind of how you look at it and how you have to manage and make it work. Great job by every one of the drivers. So let's talk to him, though. Joshua Barr is going to be your victor here tonight as they knocked this one out of the park. Man, oh, man, what a great race that was. You had a fast car, and it was going to take a lot for everybody to do it. Budgie, thank you for the 500 biddies real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was great. Like the McDonald's,
I like the paint scheme. It's very iconic, and it was to commemorate whenever McDonald's went 24 and or had the late night menu as well. It was that's a great, it's a great,
I think.
Yeah,
Bill
great paint scheme for it. Yeah. Anyway, tell me about it, man. You had a fast race, man. Tell me about it.
Dodging that start finish line crash, I guess saved me. I know a lot of the guys that were pretty quick in practice and qualifying, they got hit. I just managed my tires. I let Andrew lead probably first 20 laps or something like that before I got by him. Just took my time. No mistakes on pit road this time. It cost me at Watkins. So.
Well, one of the things that I was going to say, one of the things that I've seen and watching you get out here and travel and try to manage a racetrack like this racetrack. This racetrack is so much better as this version, in my opinion. And you got all the bumps, you've got all the character. It gets hot. Um, you kind of have to just manage the track more so than the drivers around you.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that I got to somebody, they moved for me or guys on freshies, I let them by. Like, hey, you want inside, outside? I'm not racing you. You-
You can't ask for a better race when it goes that way, right? I mean, that's at least the way I look at it. When you have such a beat on the race line, at a certain point, you just kind of just ride because I think sometimes no gap is ever too big, right? But at a certain
No, I know like I let Andrew get like I was getting loose coming onto the back straightaway, so I was backing off a little bit, and I let him catch up a little bit, and then I'd start to push back.
Mhm.
Just trying to manage. Don't want to get him too hot. You get him too hot, and you get loose, and then you spin, and then it's just chaos from there.
Night worked out in your favor, man. Fantastic run. Got to get you in victory lane. Congratulations, of course. Uh, it was interesting on lap one, and after that, it just became a race of attrition.
Yeah.
I like those fuel mileage races are a ton of fun. All right, Josh, give a shout out to man. Congratulations on the victory
All
here.
right. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see everybody next week.
Make sure you give thanks if you got a missus, especially if you got a missus out there. You got to give your thanks.
Oh yeah, thanks to the wife for letting me race. She's in there making a cake with the kids, keeping them occupied. So that I could do this without them screaming at me, "Daddy, Daddy."
That's exactly what it is. I mean, I've got a missus that allows me to do this too, so I understand. So, all right, brother. We'll see you next week. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Mr. Barr comes home in victory lane. Let's talk to P2, who had a strong car all night. Had good battles going on with the 88 for a long time, able to manage the gap, pit about halfway. That's what I thought the strategy was going to be for a lot of drivers here. David, congratulations on the P2. What'd you need, man, other than Josh to make a mistake?
Luck. It seems to be that way every week. Um, I'm just excited to finish. This is my second finish of the season. Um, yeah, there was no way I was running him down. I burned out my tires, basically trying to catch up to Andrew, my teammate. But it's good to have second and third place finish for the team. We just keep trying every week.
Now, were you a driver that came over from the old NASCAR Heat?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Tell me about the
Yep.
difference between this and this simulator at Atlanta, because I know that on NASCAR Heat they had old Atlanta on there as well. Of course, whenever NASCAR made the change, Iracing and NASCAR Heat made the change. What? Tell me the difference on this track and in the field between coming over from NASCAR Heat 5 and being competitive in this league with all these drivers you've ran around for so long.
The biggest difference is just you can't gun it. Like, um, it's or you'll spin it out. So as soon as you come off the turns, you got to be like I was using the rear brake bias to turn the car every single time I try to enter the turn, and then lay off the gas completely, and then just ease it in. And then if you get on it too fast, you're going to spin out the car. So, it's it's a whole different ball game. Like honestly, like the super speedways, I feel like are pretty much the same because you just gun it, and I always did pretty well at the super speedways on NASCAR Heat 5, but and 4. But yeah, this game it just brings it up a completely different level, and I've been having a blast. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Gamadil Tech and Quicksilver Gaming PCs and my son's YouTube. I was running his um, throwback scheme, David's World of Anything.
Nice.
And I want to thanks Amp League for all that, you know, uh, Davis and Aaron do for this league. So
You had a fantastic race, David. Congratulations. He did my job for me. I didn't even have to ask him to give shout outs. I appreciate you, man. I like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you next week, brother.
Okay, thank you.
That's David. 22 comes home in P2. And last but not least, the man of the hour, the most popular driver today, wins a vote, knocks it out of the park, and comes home P3. Dude,
Shoot.
man, oh man, you just needed to stay a little bit longer out,
I
but
don't know.
it's okay. You know what? This is your third P3 finish and your fourth top 5 of the season through 10 races. I was talking about you at the beginning of the race about your average start is 9th, your average finish is 8th. So you're net positive all the time, and it's just P3 can't. It's like that's your common spot.
No, I just like getting, but trying to get better is the key word. But I'm not gonna lie to you. When practice started, I requested a repave before we race at the new one. But no, it's all fun. It's challenging, and that's what's so cool doing it with a team like we have. So I will definitely take 2-3 finish. Would love the win, but I'm happy. So it's fun.
This is a track that has character. And I was asking David what the big difference here, because I know that Heat and iRacing transfer some things, but for the most part, I think they're just different. And calling races over here, it shows on the racetrack when you guys are trying to search for grip and search for error and trying to slow the drivers down and that are around you that are trying to battle you, and or vice versa, trying to get around a driver, try to slow you down. What is the main thing that you're seeing as you talk about it, trying to improve and trying to get better? What is the main thing you see out of running leagues that kind of transfers over into maybe some of the official stuff you do?
I'm not gonna lie, maintaining your tires is huge, and I did everything I possibly could to stay close to Bar, and I should have protected my tires, and I knew what he was doing when he fell back, and when I was still trying to run him hard, I should have protected him a little longer. But yeah, the tire wear is no joke, and the side draft is real, as you can tell right off the gate because of that first caution. And no, I would say those two things are the most. I mean, the steering too is probably a little different, but more realistic, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but that's the reason why we have these conversations, because some people are used to the controller, and you guys are out there on.
Oh, throw that away.
Yeah, throw it away. Yeah. So it's just iRacing such next level when it comes to the feel. A lot of people love a Assetto Corsa for their road series stuff. Assetto Corsa is garbage for the oval. Don't even try it. I would rather you played the NASCAR Heat series over iRacing any day, if you're going to try to do that. But this simulator gives us the entertainment that we need. You guys had a fast race today. This was 47 minute race from start to finish when it comes to making the 80 laps. Did it feel quick?
It did. I was looking at the time. I was like, sweet. I get to help my wife put the girls to bed, and so it's a win-win for everybody. So
that's the way it is. All right, Andrew. Congratulations. First and foremost, congratulations on winning the paint award this week. I was in there non-biasedly going through and trying to vote here and there just to if I saw a couple of paints I liked. I actually voted for Christian's paint scheme. I liked his.
So did I.
His was,
and my wife loved his too. She goes, "They have great flowers at Home Depot." So
exactly right.
So no, it's all good.
But
it was fun.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. This is some people call it a video game. Some people call it a simulator. No matter how you look at it, it's supposed to be entertainment and it's supposed to be fun, and that's what matters. And you guys chipped away at RB And oh man, RB didn't have a good day, but you guys did a phenomenal job. Andrew, congratulations to the P3 again.
Thank you, sir.
You're going to get that victory here pretty soon. I see it happening.
Oh, time will tell. I'm all good. I'm having fun, learning a lot. So I'll be patient. It's okay.
That's exactly what matters. All right, brother, give shout outs.
Want to thank our sponsor, Quicksilver Gaming PCs. Love having them on board. And want to thank my wife for allowing me to cut out some time on Sunday nights to do this. And yeah, I'm excited for the next one. Week off. So everybody have a good holiday. And thank you, sir. Appreciate you doing the streams for us. So you as well have a great holiday.
Well, we're gonna work on it. Who's Mark?
Mark is my father.
Okay, tell Mark I misunderstood what he was trying to say whenever I was going through the drivers. So he put a comment out there, and it says, "Damn, where's the camera on the leaders?" And there's a lot going on the racetrack. I don't want to offend anybody and make sure that we know. I was like, "Excuse me, I didn't. I want to make sure everybody knows that." But
Copy.
You were up there. We all know we were up there, but there's so many battles going on the racetrack. There's so much to do as a commentator.
You got to catch them all.
We're gonna start calling this Pokemon racing. That's exactly what it is. You try to catch all.
Hey, that's a good idea.
You know what? Pokemon.
We can change that name real quick.
All right, Nintendo. Come on, Nintendo. There. That's why we need Nintendo to sponsor. Then we can use it legally. Here it is.
All right, man. Well, hey, you have a good night. God bless.
You too. Happy 4th of July. Make sure you come back with all your fingers.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is. 40 comes home. B3, brother. Be good. I should have been using that with everybody else. We'll let him have at him. That's how you make everybody laugh. That's exactly how it is. Joshua Barr comes home in victory lane. And the top three have a great night. RB had his points dwindled in just a little bit there, but RB's fast driver. He'll be back and winning before you know it. He is still going to be your current points leader. With that lead needs to be chipped in. Andrew Davis doing phenomenal things. Thinking of the AMP series. Thinking of everybody being out there. Much love to you all, Budgie. This was a short stream. This was. I've tried to extend things to make sure that we hit the hour mark and give this. But this was a good. I say good short, but this was a good race. Lap one, things happen. RB had that issue. And that goes to show about rolling the throttle. What David was talking about. You can't just punch it. These cars like to lift, and just like anything else, all that torque and that horsepower with cold tires. You see them doing it in NASCAR. They do it here as well. So, fantastic race and fantastic timing. Thank you to AR Audio. Thank you to AA Gaming. And thank you to Game of Deal out there as well. Much love to everybody. Be good, be safe. Thank you to all of our sponsors, affiliates. You see them scrolling on the bottom side and on the left-hand side of your bottom left-hand of your screen. Make sure you check out all the links in the description for all the folks that happen out there. Also, there's a link for a 20-inch UV printed LED. I'm sorry, not LED. It's a UV printed neon sign that we have entries to give away. It's a fundraising attempt for us. We're trying to raise a little extra money to help improve the stream each and every week, including everything that we need to do when it comes to the multi-streaming facet of what we have going on. So we're going to give something away. And basically, it's just raffle tickets. What it is. All it is. So go check it out. Check out that link. Thank you to everybody for being out there. We'll check you Tuesday night for a championship race for the Chop Shop Racing Truck Series. And then we'll be back again Wednesday. We're off Thursday. We're off Friday. We race Saturday, and I believe they might be off next Sunday. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Be good, be safe, be kind. One of the most important thing. Budgie, much love. I appreciate you, dear. We'll have some gaming streams coming up here over the next couple of days. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.